Hello and welcome back to the Babenbergs. Last time we fulfilled our oath that we made when we had our coronation to expand the realm. And now it is time to do the last thing on our list of things we really want to do, which is to have an anointed succession as the Emperor of the Holy Roman Empire. But the thing is, I'm not the Emperor of the Holy Roman Empire. So how are we going to do that? Well, we're just going to have to make that happen. Let's announce my intentions. I'm going to claim my liege's title. We now have an unpressed claim on the Holy Roman Empire. He's actually still likes us. He's got -50 from us, but he's actually still pretty okay with it because we keep contributing to these wars over here. So, now we've done that, what are we going to do? I mean, the obvious thing to do would be to create a faction. So I'm going to create a claimant faction for us. That is step number 1. We'll see if anybody joins it. I know it says that we're 18,000% of our liege's strength. Ignore that, it's because I just reloaded the game. In a month's time it will all settle. This one isn't 372% of their strength either. If we actually have a look at our liege's strength, we have 12,000 troops. Our liege has 10,000 troops. Now you might be like, oh my god, that means you're stronger. Yeah, but look who their ally is. Their ally is Alba, and Alba has 14,000 troops. Now, this guy is about to die. This is a huge positive. He is about to die. What's their alliance through? Alliance is through Prince Seamus and Ban Mormaer of Strathern. Okay. So, how is this connected? So, who is Prince Seamus and So, the alliance is between... Oh, this one has a different list of the... Wait a second, am I reading the wrong one? I am reading the wrong one. Ah, that would explain why I couldn't figure out who the alliance was. There we go. Through Kaiser Rutger and Kaiserin Forbfleif. So who is Forbfleif? Forbfleif is the granddaughter of Sumarlithi. Okay. So your heir currently is this person. Granddaughter via Heisinger. So this would mean that it would be your so via your niece, so or via her uncle. So they could have an alliance, but it wouldn't be guaranteed. Okay, so if he dies, that alliance falls apart. That's fine. Let's assume they have 24,000 troops in total. How many do we have on our side? Well, the problem is that's an eternal vassal, that's an eternal vassal, that's an eternal vassal, and that's an eternal vassal. Well, this isn't an eternal vassal of ours, this is an eternal vassal of the Holy Roman Empire, but still they're not going to join us in the war, right? So, it doesn't matter, because they're the Holy Roman Empire's vassal. We scroll up, we have Burgundy. Burgundy is our one alliance, and it's through our wife. Burgundy is 6,700 troops. This means that together we have 18,000 troops. Now that's not bad. 18,000 versus 24,000 is a very winnable state for a war. Especially as there is a chance that at any moment one of these two could become very busy. And if this alliance breaks, obviously, we're in a great spot. Actually, wait a second. You've got... Oh no, you've got one empire title. That's fine. I thought these were empires, but they're kingdoms, so that's fine. I thought their land was about to fracture, but never mind. We do, however, have some children. Now, the first child is married to the Princess of Italy, and there's not really anything we can do with that. That's just a fine marriage. Our second child and our third child are not married, so I think we need to find somebody to marry them. Now, who do we want? This is kind of where we get to pick and choose. Who would be ideal for us to get a marriage with? You might be like Francia. They're currently busy, but they would be okay. They are currently attacking in a holy war for the Kingdom of Aragon. Huh. Interesting. Are they winning? Maybe. Not looking great, but they haven't fought in any battles yet. Yeah, they've just been doing a siege war against each other. Okay. They would potentially be an ideal one. Who else have we got? Lithuania? They could be okay. They're currently attacking in a Lithuanian de jure war for Denmark, which is not great for us, but they could be fine. Sicily, I think, would be fantastic for us in terms of where they are on the map. Like, in terms of map, they are fantastic, because if we look at what we will have, right? We'll have everything that says Austria here, right? If Sicily join us, they basically just have Spoleto here, and then they're connected into us. And they can walk through the papacy if they need to. Like, that's a pretty good alliance. The only problem... Oh, they're administrative. Primary heir is Capua. Yeah, actually, administrative is a problem for us, because administrative means that the... who's going to be next in line will jump around. Do you have an... yeah, we can't even get an alliance with you anyway, so it doesn't matter. Because you're married. Anyone else who would be ideal for us? Sweden? Sweden would be pretty good. Could we marry into Sweden? Could we marry our son to your daughter? I think that would be a reasonable marriage, like our 5-year-old son to your daughter. Are you willing to accept that? Yeah. Yes, you are. Okay. This seems fine. He desires an alliance. He doesn't like that we have a ton of alliances, but that's okay. His opinion of the spouse is bad because he's hunchback. Also, this is just weird in terms of how it looks, because it's kept him the same height but hunchback, so it's just like his back looks like it's super, super high. Anyway, right, anyway, where were we? Opinion of the matchmaker, cool. Level of splendor, patrilineal marriage he's not a huge fan of, but doesn't matter too much. Okay. Let's send it through. I'm happy with 6,000 men from Sweden. I think that's a very reasonable marriage. Primary heir is you. What's the succession law? Scandinavian elective. Okay, so that's why he's happy with it, because it's not affecting their succession. Norway? Norway are pretty weak currently, unfortunately. Finland? Pomerania would be actually, Pomerania are pretty strong. Could I marry my daughter to your son? To Prince Otto of Otto Babenberg of Pomerania? Wait, did we switch them to the Babenbergs? How did that happen? Oh, because Ida, my cousin, matrilineally married, and then they had a son called Otto. Could Otto marry my daughter? I mean, that would be an absolutely fine marriage in my view. I mean, there's a chance they're inbred, but that gives us an alliance with Pomerania. That's another 6,000 troops. Let's do it. So Sweden have accepted. Wonderful. My niece Jutta was just kidnapped by my half-brother of Novara. Okay. Interesting. That's fine. And we have an alliance with Pomerania. Your kinswoman, Lady Berta, created the cadet branch Luitpolding Poryatan? So the Bavarian conquerors. So she is a child of Lord Dietrich. Okay, who was a child of Count Eckhart of Rothenburg. Ah, so they became a mercenary company when Bohemia took Rothenburg. I see. Interesting. Also, I should have this open. I don't know why I don't have it open. So now we have an alliance with Sweden and Pomerania. That's pretty good. So now if we look at our alliances, we have 12,000 troops. We have an alliance with Burgundy, which is another 6,000. Alliance with Sweden, that's another 6,000. And an alliance with Pomerania, that's another 6,000. So 18,000. So we have like 30,000 troops versus 24,000 troops. And they just went to war with Ireland. Okay, so Alba have just declared on Ireland. That is huge for us, potentially. Okay, so Ireland have no alliances. So this is obviously horrible for Ireland, right? Like just make that clear. This is obviously absolutely horrible for them because they are going to get destroyed by these 14,000 troops. But for us, it's great. This means that there's 10,000 men in charge of the Holy Roman Empire, or in defense of the Holy Roman Empire, and these 14,000 will not join until they have sieged all of Ireland. This is our opportunity. This is our moment. I mean, the disease that's in our lands is not ideal, but actually it's not coming over to our capital anymore. Right. Emerge from seclusion. Where are we? Right, so we don't need to isolate the capital. We're fine. Has it fixed itself yet? No, I can't send it until this fixes because like morally it would be wrong because they'd surrender because we've got 18,000% of their strength. Right. Let's see. Is it recalculated yet? There you go. 131%. Anybody willing to join? All of these can be forced to join. Yeah, nobody can be forced to join. And they all like our liege, so they're not going to join automatically, basically. So that's fine. None of them are going to join. That's all we needed to know. Okay. So. I think we're good to go. I think we're ready. I don't think there's anything else to do. Let me just check against my liege factions. Where were we? Okay, this is fine. I just want to check that the factions that would fire over here, the populist ones, weren't strong enough to fire, and they're not. So that's all we need to know. I think we're press demands. Also, with 131% chance, there is a chance they just surrender. They just give in. But the worst that happens here is we press demands, we go to war, we lose, but we have a pressed claim, which then gives a... Or that will then make our claim a pressed claim, not an unpressed claim, which means that it can be inherited. Yeah. Let's go. I didn't expect the situation to fall into our lap so easily, but because they declared war on Ireland, this is the perfect situation. Like, it could not get better. There's their capitals. Where do I want to raise my troops? I want to raise my troops here and walk through Slavonia and Croatia. Yeah. Claimant demands refused. Your claim on my title is no more real than the stories we tell children at night. Also, he's ill? Even better. So now now he's even worse. That is fantastic. Okay. No matter how many misguided fools you have gathered to help carry out your scheme, I will not bend to such a collection of dung. Rather die than see my birthright fall to someone so low. Signed, Kaiser Rutger of the Holy Roman Empire. In war it is. Okay. Call in our allies. So I can call in Pomerania. We expected that. Burgundy. Yep. Sweden. Yep. Says I can call in Venice. Wait, aren't Venice... Yeah, Venice are a vassal of our liege, so they're not going to be able to be called in. Yeah, exactly. They're not going to be able to be called in. Okay. Weird. Anyway, that's fine. I care it still says you can claim your liege's title. I'm like, yeah, I know. I have. Right. Let's rally in this land right here. Raise all of our troops. And then, do I want to hire any mercenaries? Yes, I want to hire mercenaries. I want to hire the cheap mercenaries. Because he's got money for mercenaries, so we want to hire the cheap ones. Even if we're not going to use them, we want to hire anyone who's like super cheap. There we go. Just so that they have to hire the more expensive ones that are worse value. Okay. Keeping things on speed 3. Burgundy has joined. As has Pomerania. As has Sweden. Fantastic. Neighboring ruler won a war. Galicia Volnia. Okay, just had to check that it wasn't Alba. Did Alba join this war? They haven't even been called in. Well, that's certainly good for us. 29 days. Who are we waiting on? We're waiting on the levies reinforcing. That's what we're waiting on. No, we're not waiting on them any longer. Merge. Your goal is to head straight there, which we can do. We can actually go directly there because we can just go along the edge. Going out of their territory resets us, resets the penalty for walking through their territory for attrition. So that's fine. We can walk right there. Go. Then here, I'm going to raise all. Just get whoever's left. Cool. They hired mercenaries? Yes, they hired some mercenaries, but they paid through the nose for them. Alba's joined, but Alba will not join. Alba are currently on boats. Yeah, look at this. They are currently on boats and they're heading to Ireland. They do not care about this war in the slightest. Okay, perfect. I would love to fight that army if we can. They're running. I'll take attrition to fight them here. Yeah, I'll take attrition. I don't care that I'm fighting them in hills. We have double their troops. Now, I don't particularly want to fight them in mountains, so I'll go back here and siege. And take their capital. Now, he should be in his capital right now because he's ill. So he won't be leading an army. So we should just capture him. Not quite, but we did capture somebody. Captured his heir. Fantastic. Let's head to Pazin. Siege this. And oh, they went for my army up there. Oh no! They've slain Jourdain de Priuli. My executioner. That's not ideal. I didn't even think that they were going for that army, but that makes sense, I guess. Okay, notable guest arrived with a claim on the Duchy of Bohemia. My aunt. Oh, okay. I guess I did look for claimants at one point. I mean, I'll recruit my aunt. That's fine. I mean, I don't remember her leaving my court, if I'm 100% honest, but that's fine. Right, up here. Don't take any attrition walking there. Perfect, because we're walking next. This is next to land that we have. That's next to land that we have, so we don't take any attrition, I think. We have a daughter, another hunchback daughter. Is that coming from, like, your family? Where's that coming in from? That must be inherited. And it could be inherited from our family. We did have it at one point, but it's just weird that it happened twice. Okay, get up there. That's us defending in hills. I mean, look at the number of bonuses. If we can fight here, that's insane. Let's do it. Oh, and this is perfect. Pomerania has hit the other army here. So Pomerania has their 6,000 troops attacking 4,000, which would be a terrible move if we weren't going to catch these guys before they can join. Which means that they're going to win that battle, and we're going to win this battle, and that'll be a 100% war score, almost. That'll be 50% from the battles, I reckon, which means that we just need one siege. But look at this. So this one, they should win easily. Wait a second, they're defenders? Oh, this is even better. So I think that these guys were about to hit the 6,000 with 8,000, or 9,000. We caught this army, which made them change course. 4,000 were already committed, so they're getting attacked, or they're attacking these guys. So they're getting slaughtered over here, waiting for the reinforcements who we've currently engaged. So we get to fight like half an army on each side. Oh, this is... It could not have been like scripted better. Like this is a fantastic situation for us. 27% war score. Like we couldn't have planned things falling into our lap better than that. Like these guys being busy at the same time is incredible. And the fact that they're actually getting things sieged off of them, so their war is going to take even longer. Like, this is about as good as it can get. Fantastic. Okay. Well, great. Holy Order. Guardians of the Shroud. Okay, cool. Let's siege this, and then we can head down there and beat them up. Although Pomerania should go down there and beat them up, really. They don't really have enough men to siege. They just bought more mercenaries with their money. Yep, they just bought more mercenaries. Wait, Alba are sending troops to the war? That's insane to me. Why are they sending troops to this doomed war? When they have their own war. Okay, well, whatever. We captured some people in the siege. Well, I'm going to go and beat them up. Yeah, I'm going to get to defend in that holding if you're still there, because it's my holding for right now. Yeah, I'll take attrition to walk through here. I'm only taking like 100 troops worth of attrition to walk directly into like a perfect defending holding. Yeah, you know what? I want to fight them here. Yeah, we're going to catch them. Perfect. Or we're going to catch some of them. No, we caught all of them. And our army, our allies' armies joined in there. I now have the quarterly tax contribution on this thing. So we get 1% quarterly tax, which means nothing. And I think this is it. There we go. We absolutely destroyed them. That is 274 for 9,500. And then the second one was 0 for 30. And We can grab one of these. Let's grab... Seeing which one I want. I think I want hard rule here, so let's grab strict organization, because I want revolts to not happen. Right. Let's enforce our demands, shall we? Due to his high rank, each of our acclaimed knights gains 25 glory. We get the Holy Roman Empire. These people all become my vassal. Good. Enforce demands. Imperial recognition. I have become the Holy Roman Empire's Kaiser, a great and terrible figure among the orders of mankind, my will shaping the destinies of thousands with every use. As master of Austria, I earn my rights of rule, but now the Austrian people and those who belong under the mighty banner of the Holy Roman Empire, the German peasants, the Frisian nobles, these Holy Roman subjects must recognize my imperial station. I must perform new glorious rites of inauguration and justify my exalted crown. I should consider hosting a coronation. Of course I will. To my liege, blessings upon you and your house. You are a much greater foe than I imagined. In order to put an end to this bloodshed, I will comply with your demands. Signed, Prince Rutger of the Holy Roman Empire. Primary heirs of the wrong dynasty? What do you mean? No, he's not. I mean, yeah, that's the primary heir, but like... No, he's not. My player heir is this guy. So, yeah, I don't know. Anyway, maybe that is correct, but I think this is meant to say that you will, I think this is only meant to pop up if you're going to get a game over. I can grant vassals to rightful liege. I could grant Moravia to someone else. Oh, I see. Yeah, some of that needs thinking about. Right, let's disband our armies. That was actually, like, so much easier than it should have been. That just lined up perfectly for us. Like, it was the ideal moment. Okay. Let's start with what have I got? I've got a new crown. That's cool. So I have the Babenberg crown here, but I also have the Reichsstone, which I think we will switch to. I think that's the only thing I got in there. Royal Court, I have 12 new things. Let's have a look. So what have I got here? I have the Iron Crown of Lombardy, which has been converted to a pedestal item. Yeah, well, we'll put that out there then. And we have the Kinderkrone. Some say this was a crown crafted for Otto III's coronation in Essen. Alright. What else do I have? What else is new? The Throne of Charlemagne. Yeah, okay. Let's go with that. Gives you a general opinion. Then a bunch of boar hides, basically. Let's click on these and see if I've got... Well, have I got any that are green? This one's green. So what does it give me? Short reign, court grandeur. Dynasty opinion. Let's take that. Let's go for that one. And this green one here. What's our current one give us? Our current one gives us court grandeur. And that's it, like a little bit, and some vassal opinion. Main tax is 1%. Let's go for courtier and guest opinion on that one. Right, and that now means that I can go to this stuff, sort by rarity in the other direction, and then anything that we're not currently using and we haven't named, I'm just going to destroy because we got to the point where we have too many artifacts. Okay, the blue ones I obviously have to get rid of as well, or I should get rid of as well. They're just harder because you can't destroy them for money. But you can't destroy them at all, for money or not for money. Let's repair that one. That cost me 625 to repair? Wait, that cost me 625? Hey, Pomerania? I got you a brand new gift. I shouldn't have repaired the first one, now that I think about it. Where is it? It's in here somewhere. This one, yeah. Please have it. I don't need it. Okay. Are my accolades the same? Yep. Alright. That's cool. Right, Right. We should be crowned. Let's just wait a couple of days. The new Kaiser. It is now up to me to lead the vast empire my vassal Prince Rutger left behind. I stand before my vassals, adjust my new crown, and narrow my eyes in consideration over the things I will accomplish. Okay. So, I just want to check that we're all sorted. How's my court grandeur looking? It's expected to be 7. The amount that it will go to is about 5. Okay, so we need to like pay for some stuff. So let's maybe go for better lodgings. Yeah, let's apply that. Cool, I think that's good. Okay, can grant vassals to rightful lieges. So I can grant you, Eithwein Eriksson, to Rutger. Why would you be his rightful liege? Because you hold this, which is part of the Duchy of Győr. Duchy of Győr is held by Prince Rutger. Now, like, why is it held by him? He doesn't hold any land in it. No. Wait, yeah, he doesn't hold... He just created it because he was the previous emperor. No, you can't have it. Does Moravia go back to Bohemia? That's a harder one. I think Moravia does go back to Bohemia. I think we reunite them. And we try and reconcile with them. Does Sopron go to Rutger? No. Does Győr go to Rutger? No. Does Duke Adrian of Piedmont go to Italy? So, Canossa and Savoy, Geneva. My half-brother. I think he does, because he desires it. Well, he desires a lot of it, actually. Or do I just simply ignore him? He desires everything that's now in Lombardy, which we just took from Italy. No. Do I have a kingdom I can make over here? I mean, that isn't the kingdom of Italy. I could assert the kingdom of Romagna. Can I create the kingdom of Burgundy? I can usurp that. Now that I might usurp and give to Piedmont and Lombardy. Yeah, I think that's what I do. So I'm going to usurp Burgundy. And I'm going to grant you, Lombardy, the kingdom of Burgundy. And I'm going to grant you that vassal. My god, I love feudal organization. I've been doing so many administrative runs. Feudal organization, you're just like, here, you're going to have this land. And then they just do it because you told them to. Like administrative, you have to follow all these rules. Feudal, you just go, no, this is the way it will be. And it is the way. But yeah, now he shouldn't desire this anymore. Yeah, he doesn't desire it. And the reason he doesn't desire it is because we can't give it to him. Because another king level title holds it. Right? So that's why he doesn't desire all that stuff. So he actually likes us a lot better now. Just because we did that. It's kind of cool. Does mean that we lost Venois. That Prince Bishop Robert is no longer a Prince Bishop. But he was also pretty bad at his job. So that's fine. We now have Prince Bishop Paul, who's much better at his job. We should also convert whatever we can convert as well now. So how about the one that our liege kept trying to convert? Okay. Anything else that I can do now I'm in charge of the Holy Roman Empire? No? Nothing immediately. Relocate de jure capital. So I could relocate our de jure capital of the empire to... there. Interesting. I don't know if I need to, but we could. There are benefits, I guess, but it doesn't really matter for us. Right. Let's do this. Let's hold a coronation. Why not? Coronation. Do we have any factions? No factions targeting us. Great. Do I want to sort my prisoners first? Yeah, I probably should. Yeah, you know what? Probably should. Probably can't ransom you, right? Nope. 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 Convert or die. Okay. Oh, convert or die. Let's let these two sort themselves out. Oh, I do have a faction against us, I see. That's fine. Just wait for these people. Let's go speed 4. Rest of you are Catholic, right? Yeah. 10 gold. All the same court. Okay, so I just have to wait. Would be nice if you can ransom more than one person in a court at a time. It's kind of weird that this is still the way it works now. I understand it. The reason why it's the way it works is because you're sending an event to a single person. It's like they can only handle one event of this type at a time, right? But it would be nice if you could kind of package them up. Person of interest you. Virginia of Stremon died. Virginia Romano. Ah, daughter of Adalberto. Okay, yeah. That's fine. You can vassalize Stremon. Yeah, I'll vassalize you. That's cool. This random Italian one, also from House Romano. Oh, I see. Yes, in fact, it's the land that he just inherited from her. Oh, okay, cool. That's cool. Any vassals that it still wants me to move? Moldavia would like this land. We have a Moldavia? We do have a Moldavia. Wait. Oh, this guy was able to create Moldavia because... I understand. Because we became an emperor, he was able to create a kingdom. And he did. You know what? Good on you. You can have that land. That's perfectly fine. Also wondering whether I should just create the Kingdom of Hungary and give it to Wolfram. Because, I mean, that's effectively what he has anyway. I mean, he did rise up against me, so maybe he can pay for his own kingdom. But still. Still. Right. I want to hold a coronation. I want to hold an anointment coronation. Okay. I want to hold it in the Vatican. So you can hold it in the Vatican, and that's the only place I can hold it? Yes. Alright. We're going to go straight down there. Do I need any of this? Yeah, maybe. I was wondering if I should just go mercenary guards and then go to the sea. If I go mercenary guards and mountaineer, then I think I clear most of this anyway, right? There's no danger actually currently. Could just go mercenary guard superior mounts and get there quickly, but it doesn't matter. Could take medical equipment, which is kind of a nice one if you don't know what you're running into. Because then if there is a plague, you can just be like, I ignore it. Let's take medical equipment with me. I usually don't, but anyway. Time-honored finery or glory and splendor. Activity guest would be somewhat more likely to join. Can't do this one for anointment. Why can I not do this? Pope Clemens does not approve this anointment. I have to request his anointment. Which he will approve. Okay. We will wait for him then. Nominate successor. I nominate King Elaine, my son. Wait, I get less votes now. I get less votes. That's not fair. Why do I only get less? I guess I get less votes because yeah, imperial dignity. Maybe it's because I was an archduke before and they get extra votes or something. Anyway, is this still an archduchy, by the way? Yes. Okay. Cool. You are worthy of my blessing. I thought he said that he wasn't. I wasn't worthy of his blessing, and I was going to be very unhappy. That's okay. Coronation, anointment, Vaticano. Right. Head of the faith is this person, so obviously you're invited. Yeah, everyone's invited. Wonderful. My goal will be. Actually, what do I have the most of? Yeah, what's my vassal split right now? Here we go. Mostly zealots. Alright, still mostly zealots. It seems like really you should just, you know, pander to whichever one you have the most of. So it seems like you should just embrace supporters. Yeah, unless you've got a lot of detractors. But let's just embrace supporters. Select everything, just to be sure. I see, we can go up quite a lot. So if I go for... Well, what do I want to go for? Do I want significantly increased magnificence? Can't have both, right? Because I don't have quite enough money. I'm earning 100 a month, though. I could wait 3 months. Do we want to wait 3 months? Maybe. Yeah, I think I wait 3 months. Especially as the first month's just there. Right, let's go speed 5. A claim on millets. Duke Snownet of Greater Poland just got to claim one of my titles. Okay. Oh, do I need to change my council? I probably do, right? Yes, because some people would very much like to be on the council now. Yes. Yeah. I need to change all of my council. It's what is otherwise known as. Not just some of them, all of them. Yeah. Yeah, definitely need to do that so I have powerful vassals on my council. A sudden shock. I've ridden, taken aim, and struck so many times I thought nothing could upset my rhythm. As I take yet another gallop down the practice range, a commotion I cannot fully see makes my horse rear up. For an instant, momentum keeps me pinned to the back of the horse as it starts shaking. Then, as if time is flowing slow, I can feel myself becoming dislodged. I can try and stay on, or I dive for safe ground. I'll try and stay on. Schemer discovered. My wife, my spy master has come to me with grave news. It's my wife, Kaiser and Julian, that's plotting to kill my wet nurse, Kunigrad. Just stop it. I can feel myself being thrown left and right, but no motion can make me loosen my grasp on the reins in the saddle. My commands eventually soothe the horse, and the animal is soon back to stomping eagerly on the hard-packed ground, as stable as ever. I could gain Warhorse. Or I can say such a forceful beast. I'll personally care for this one. The Warhorse. You shall have a name inspired by history. You shall be called... Tinsendor, as King Charlemagne's horse. I mean, that seems very good. Seems suitable. 1 more month, and I'll have enough money to hold my coronation. Call to war. I don't really want to, but I accept. Is it going to say I'm at an activity already if I try and, like, do my coronation? Hopefully not. Vaticano. No, okay, I can still hold it. Hey, I have just enough money. Invite everybody. Everybody's invited. Still safe to go there. Embrace supporters. Start coronation. Right. Ryder of Austria needs a worthy successor. Ryder of Austria is going to be... this dude as the successor. Right. Sweden, how many men do you need? You need all of them. Okay. I could raise my troops up in the north and get them going into... Who are you actually at war with? Like, who's your main guy? It's this guy. Okay. Let's raise our men in Lübeck and let's go. Right. That's all fine. 21,000 men. And march to the war goal. Right, neighboring ruler won their war. That's cool. Right. And we're heading towards our coronation. Lord Kazaa is plotting to kill me. I'm shocked. Shocked, I say. Yeah, I knew he was trying to kill me. He's been trying to kill me for ages. It's like not actually new info. Oh, there you go. Tutor is educating a child. The martial contest. As we pass through the market in Polistine, we hear a loud yell and stumble into an ongoing tussle between two men, tightly observed by a group of people. The crowd cheers profusely as one of them is swept off his feet, face planted solemnly in the dirt, thus concluding the match. "Who's next?" the man yells into the crowd. His eyes land on our group. At my side, Maynard snorts in response to the challenge. "I will do it. You can do it, Maynard, or it seems like it's time to leave." I will duel you. And I have won. Okay. Pursuit. We have caught a thief who tried to steal from us, and we will kill them. Now, there is a faction here. From what is said in the dev diaries, this faction shouldn't be able to fire because we are doing a coronation. That's what the dev diary implied. I've not tested that. It is what it implied. Also, they created their own Hungary. We'd like Nitra. Where is Nitra? Well, oh, you would like this. You would like all of that. I mean, by rights, it is yours, so... Yeah. Alright, you can have it. You desire anything else now? No? Also, he's ditched the Duchy of Győr because he doesn't have anything within it. That seems perfectly fair. Okay. We at the coronation yet? We're about at the coronation. Fortified knowledge. The high altitude and the brisk air of Arezzo has a very refreshing quality as we traverse the local hill fort. I ogle the soldiers training below with a keen eye. Their tactics are not completely foreign to me, trained in the martial arts as I am. While doing so, I am approached by the local captain, Alessandro. "Would you like to join in, my lord?" I'm always up for a challenge. We got rough terrain expert, so we got another one. So we're currently working with 4 different commander traits, which is very, very unusual, but also very good. Okay. We've arrived. I finally arrived at Vaticano for the coronation. Soon I shall sit on the throne of Charlemagne, wear the crown of Otto, and speak with the voice of Augustus. The electors have already chosen their Kaiser. Now is the time for all others to follow suit. Well, the electors chose their Kaiser by me arriving with a large army and deposing their previous Kaiser. But in a way, they chose to have somebody I could depose. Well, I already reign. It is this coronation that shall mark me as a true Kaiser. I am ready. Magnificence has been heavily damaged by the factions opposing you. That's okay. That's not a worry. Right, heading up here. We have started fighting their armies. We have destroyed all of their armies and in fact have wiped them completely out. Yeah, that's pretty good. Captured some prisoners. I'll take a weak hook. I will take a weak hook. You know what? I'll recruit you. You've got a lot of martial. Okay. How long does it reckon till our coronation? 5 months. Okay. Oh, we're about to win the war. There we go. We have now won the war. We captured somebody. Do you need the war score from that captured person? Yes. Okay. Well, we'll wait then. Okay, Court Grandeur just went up to level 6, which is good. We're now still below, so we're still taking a negative, but we're not taking as much of as a negative as we were taking. You end the war, please. Please end the war. End the war. Any moment now. Fantastic. Disband. Now I can deal with the prisoners. You, Henri de Saône, we will grab a weak hook. And you, I will also grab a weak hook. Nice. How long? Oh, we can give somebody to Moldavia. Yeah, sure, I'll give you to Moldavia. I'll trust that you're the right person who should have it. Right. We are 4 months away. My sister, Arsinde, died. She drank herself to death of Monferrato. She was married to Count Sismon of House Lichmund. So this was our sister from our father Adrian and Isabel, my mother. Alliance expired, but that's okay. I don't really care. Like, it's an alliance with a count who isn't, like, our direct vassal, so it's not a major alliance for us to worry about. Beatrix comes of age. I'm proud to see my daughter no longer as a child, but as an adult. Despite being a chatty child, Beatrix at times finds it difficult to get along with people. Few at court would be overly impressed by her grasp of etiquette, but at least she does know how to hold her own in polite company. She's an adequate bargainer. She did not get a good education, but that's okay. Right. Some hostile factions are disbanding. It's nice. Lines about legacy. I'm not going to read your poetry. Okay. Courtiers have gained the courtier trait. And now, this person converted to Cisalpine. Okay. Or no, to Italian from Cisalpine, I think it said. Alright, let's have a look here. Our major supporters are Pope Clemens, Queen Adela of Frisia, my spy master, and Duke Ordulf of Angria. Our main detractors are Despot Antonios of Nicaea, who is not my vassal, Despot Jonas of Sicily, who again is not my vassal, Count Adrian of Nemt, who is my vassal, who hates me. He thinks I'm the worst. Can you just convert or something? Why do you hate? You're zealous. You just kind of hate me. Okay, anyway, we'll figure out what we're doing with you in a minute. Guests have come from near, from far, out of loyalty or curiosity. The crowd swells with faces marked by expectation, calculation, and in some cases the faintest warmth. I raise my voice just enough to settle the attendees and welcome them to my coronation. Okay, let's go speed 3. Despot, whatever is converted, no, it's formed the Armeno-Greek from Armenian and Greek. Okay. A warhound for the Kaiser. How can we be expected to smile, growls my vassal, Prince Bishop Paul of Ravenna. Swish wine, praise peace, hope for future of the realm. He glares at the dubious nest of Aegean nobles. A vermin eye us evilly and plot your downfall, my Kaiser. Give me leave to sound my war horn. I'll thrash Doge Ermenegildo of the Aegean Islands, make no mistake. Okay, the Aegean Islands being over here. They are... Oh, they are my vassal, okay. You can go and crush them. Or, such passion belongs at my table. You know, they're my religion. Such passion belongs at my dining table. Wait, that was... You eat Roman pizza? Wait, -8 stress. Alright. Cool. My lord, Duke Ordulf greets me with an obsequious bow. This is Ordulf of Angria. He is one of my main supporters. He maintains eye contact, takes a sip of spice wine before continuing. I stand here to support you, my esteemed Kaiser. Allow me to be by your side no matter what. You know what? It's my pleasure to assent. Made a friend. Petitioners. My lord. Despot Antonius greets me with an obsequious bow. He straightens his back and takes a sip of spiced wine before continuing. Be a great joy to receive some of the prestige that comes with being your vassal. Wait a second. You're not my vassal, though. Wait a second. Yeah, you're not my vassal. But, okay, I mean, I can assent. That's fine. The Kaiser's Baghatur. O great Kaiser, I've spent long on the road away from Tabasid Ogkuz, and I've heard that you seek loyal servants. Yeah, I thought so. Mighty ruler, allow me to find glory and serve you as I serve Allah. Move this infidel at once. Yes, we will not be having that happening here. A helping hand. My lord, Kaiser Henri, I have heard from the mouth of the reputable Luther, your good regent, that you are full of promise. Duke Gregorio says, maintaining eye contact. That's Dubrovnik. Thick-skinned and honourable, the best Kaiser we could ever hope to have. So he'll pay me money and become my supporter. I can say spread the word, and I gain 0 prestige. Alright, well I'll take the money and him becoming my supporter then. That sounds good compared to 0. What's this? Don't know. Wasn't important. The choir rises. Among the tangle of scribes and cooks rushing through the corridors, Clemens, my pope, halts me with a gentle gesture. Your loyal supporters will be watching, he says. Let the hymns remind them why they follow you, songs that bind willing hearts together and deepen faith in your rule. The choir waits for my choices, eager to begin rehearsals. Then sing of my glory. Let the hymn call for peace and unity. Make it a warning to the enemies of House Luitpolding. Or no hymn, let silence speak today. You know what, we're a bit callous. Let's make it a warning. Yeah. We're not here to make friends of our enemies. We're here to, well, murder them if we get the option. Petitioners. Kaiser Henri, my Pope says, approaching me with open arms. I hear some prayers coming from the temple. We ask for an understanding between our people. May our support for you at the beginning of your reign be remembered. Okay. So it would increase cultural acceptance between Vlachs and Franco-Bavarians, Cisalpines and Franco-Bavarians, and the French and Franco-Bavarians. That seems perfectly acceptable, yes. I mean, that seems fine. Yeah, accepted. Have my best. Good Kaiser, you know that I cherish you and would bring me great joy to help you, says Count Giselmar. Alright. Here I offer you the first and best of my men, Sir Gonus, my well-accomplished Chancellor. Wait. This guy. Okay, that's slightly better. May this serve as the start of a friendship between our houses. Alright. He's welcomed at my court. Petitioners. Good Kaiser, Despot. Johannes, practically shouts my name when he bows before me. He widens his stance and takes a sip of spice wine before continuing. What a farce, he mocks me, brandishing his weapon. All know it, a Kaiser surrounded by enemies, a Kaiser scorned by his guests. I spit on your rule and I spit on those who bow, I spit on his coronation. Give no response or silence, cur, silence or death. Well, this definitely seems like a silence or death type situation. Yeah, silence or death. It's become my rival here, as is someone else. A quiet moment. I leave my guest behind and enter the church in search of a quiet moment before the weight of the crown dawns on me. The altar to God shines dimly, illuminated by a dozen candles. A fragrant silence fills the cold walls. To my right, a mural of St. Matthew offers me a stern look. To the left, the tincture that was once Jesus is fading slowly, his smile almost imperceptible. And say, do not forsake the Holy Roman Empire. I entrust myself to Jesus, or St. Matthew will guide me. Do not forsake the Holy Roman Empire, we'll say. Okay. Asked to promote legend. I decline. On principle. Okay. All preparations are complete. The great ceremonial assembly now awaits in St. Peter's Basilica, the home of Christ's chief vicar. To cheers and exultation, my procession parts the city's thronging crowd. My finest knights ride before me, my imperial household behind. Horns ring out, banners stream forth in bold, holy Roman colours. City folk praise the Kaiser, and women weep in ecstasy at this glorious parade. So, because I'm just, we get even more coronation magnificence. We're almost at max, which is pretty good. The pledge to the bishops. Incense hangs in the air as my imperial procession streams into the cathedral. The nobility, the clergy, and I solemnly take up our places amidst the soul-stirring rise and fall of sacred prayers. Now the rite of the bishop's petition, while Pope Clemens III watches keenly on. I am revered by these intercessors for the divine, and it is with worshipful deference that they beseech. Great Kaiser, will you safeguard the faithful and preserve the rights of God's clergy? I shall be a hammer against the infidel. So we get pledge of persecution. Definitely, a hammer against the infidel. Supplication of the nobles. The vassals of the Holy Roman Empire come forth to give their allegiance, one after another raising open-palmed hands, one after another bending to give kisses of fealty. I am yet to even properly become Kaiser, but there is a devotion in these supplicants to move any heart. The great voices of the realm quiver with feeling, and their faces glow with hope. Also, we're now at max magnificence. Fantastic. So because of my diplomacy and embrace supporters, I can say my supporters are with me, or utter submission, a beauteous sight. I'll say my supporters are with me. The senior figures among the Vaticano city folk are the next to shuffle forward, representing my common Holy Roman subjects in absentia. Of my great power and authority, the bishops warns these stooped elders and asks for their symbolic assent to my becoming a rightful Kaiser. As they voice the customary words, another sound meets my ears. Beyond the church, the waiting crowd are singing Kyrie eleison on my behalf. Lord have mercy on me is a Christian prayer of multifarious uses. It is sung at coronations, the inaugurations of popes, and it is used by the Byzantine forces as a battle cry. In one great rolling voice, hundreds of souls offer prayer for mine. I am honored. Alright. Ooh, what's that? Neighboring ruler has won a humiliation war. Good for them. The final sacral moment draws near. But first, the ordaining with the holy oil, the mark of Pope Clement III's acceptance, not only of myself as ruler of the Holy Roman Empire, but as among the high members of Christ's elect. Pope Clement, intercessor of the Catholics, marks me with the sacred sweet-smelling golden oil. My trembling hands, my head, my breast, my shoulders, and the bends of my arm, this anointment shared by prophets, priests, and monarchs. My skin shines with the very approval of God. Because I'm just and zealous, I can say the blessed word is mine to spread. We have acceptance of demand conversion type things. We can simply get his opinion of me, or I gleam with God's touch and get supreme anointment. I'm going to grab the blessed word is mine to spread. The crowning of Henri V. Forth comes the imperial symbols. The gleaming sword is girded to my hip. The beauteous jewels, the glorious mantles are placed upon me. As one, the best of the empire, the seigneurs, bishops, and knights of the land, cry out the final prayers, and the last, God behold our beloved Kaiser. Graced by imperial treasures, I kneel, just this one final time. For Kaiser of the Holy Roman Empire, the Kaiser I am to truly become, he bows only to God. The crown is placed upon my brow, and we get the anointed sovereign-law. It's a bunch of opinion. Fantastic. Fantastic. So we are now crowned. The Kaiser's consort. With the rights of the Kaiser's enthroning complete, the imperial consort is now to be properly instated as Kaiserin. My wife conducts the rituals with her characteristic confidence, a daughter of the de Bourgogne. Julienne's confidently delivered words bear the marks of her noble French background. Before long and with great ceremony, Julienne's crown is laid upon her head for the first time. The Holy Roman Empire acclaims their Kaiserin. We'll say my wife, my Kaiserin, Julienne. Somebody got a claim on one of our titles. An oath for the ages. The assembly watch me, some with hope, some with doubt, all waiting for me to speak of my reign, and swear to the future. I can hear the questions they don't speak. Will I be just? Will I be fair? Will I surpass my predecessor, Rutger Salian? I do not stand here as Kaiser to echo their expectations. I've come to choose my own path and a way forward for the Empire. Whatever the Holy Roman Empire becomes, whatever I become, begins with this very moment. Okay, so we got some new ones here, don't we? Let's provide for the faithful, or did we already? No, we've seen that one. Let's consolidate the Empire. So it needs to completely control its de jure borders, so we need another 9 things, and those are all currently held by France, right? Let's see. Currently, yeah, pretty much. A little bit by Denmark, but yeah, pretty much France. I'm just doing this just to switch back and forward as I look around the borders. What about down here? Yeah, it's France. We could do that, maybe. Consolidate the Empire. You consolidate the realm bonus. And then the rest of these I think are the same, right? Yeah, I think the rest of these are the same. I'm just thinking of these ones here and trying to remember all of them. Yeah, this must be different because this can only be if you're independent. Because otherwise you can't have de jure borders that you could actually control properly, I think. Or actually it could be that because we were because we were Austria and we created that title, we had our de jure borders because we created it with the de jure borders. So it might not have appeared because we already had our de jure borders. Let's say consolidate the empire. That seems like a reasonable thing. The feast. The ceremony is past, the crown rests where it was meant to. I rise once more, not to command, but to offer what comes next. My friends, the rites are complete. Let the tables be filled, let the cups be raised, and let this hall remember joy as well as duty. There is a murmur of approval, maybe even something close to warmth. For now at least, every one has something in front of them other than me. That aside, it's time to celebrate. Friends everywhere. With polite deference, the Orthodox Duchess of Mosia comes before me bearing a jewel-encrusted coffer in hand. Irene the Wolf addresses the hall. My grace, accept this token of goodwill from my duchy. May it symbolize a lasting bond between your people and mine. My personal physician Themo rises to my side and whispers, the gift could become the beginning of something lasting, Kaiser. Yeah, but she's, Orthodox, so like, no. I have no need for trinkets. Okay. Carrying on. I got speed 4. A reverent hush falls when the choir's hymn ends, an aura of sanctity setting over the hall. My paragon of virtue reputation seems to call forth my Pope, Pope Clemens Clemens of the papacy, who rises and proclaims with heartfelt zeal, may the light of heaven illuminate your reign, and may God guide your path. May God grant you wisdom, and may Satan never darken your door. Agreed, now be silent? No, I'll say you're so very kind. Okay. Cunnegrad has wounded my wife, but I can't help but feel my wife had it coming as she was plotting to kill Cunnegrad. Lithuania just lost a de jure war to Estonia. Oh, okay. Interesting. Right, carrying on. The Kaiser's Hunt. The sunshine roasted chicken is delightful, but the stories we tell are even better. My friend Duke Ordulf, my vassal Gertrude, and I have spent hours trading tales of our greatest hunts. Enough! Now that you're crowned, you should call a hunt after the feast. We shall make it special for our new Kaiser. Aye, a hunt for a Kaiser. A Kaiser's hunt. I'll be far too busy. Yes. Far too busy. Courtiers has come of age. He's a famous champion, flexible leader, and a brilliant strategist. Well done, random courtier. Good education. I've heard of you. Kaiser Henri, my brother Duke Adrian calls my name. My dear cousin Valorin tells me that you are a loathsome man. I surely hope the rumors are false and all a simple misunderstanding. But my half-brother doesn't know who I am? And say I shall never trust a Savoy, or I'm not here to talk about him. I'm not here to talk about him, we'll see. Okay. Raise the cup. The hall falls silent. My guests wait with bated breath for me to speak. I lower my goblet and let my gaze drift to my cocky rival, Ionis, and my equally wary lumbering acquaintance, Antonius. Do I lavish them in honeyed praise that plays on their pride, or propose a poisoned toast that reminds them exactly who holds power here? Or I could have more Cyprot Commandaria instead. Oh, that's because I'm a drunkard, I see. That's why I got that one. Drisiv of Valencia died. Okay, why were you important to me, Drisiv? Ah, Primziliv Boleslav. Okay, I see. So you're one of that family. Well, I'll keep an eye on you. Continuing our coronation. Duke Joffrey's moment. Nobility begin a carefully choreographed couple dance. Bearing symbolic props, they act out scenes from my dynasty's rise, triumphs, and aspirations. All eyes turn towards the central figure of the spectacle. My cousin Joffrey takes the role of lauded ancestor, drawing applause with an impassioned recitation of my lineage's might. The message is clear, my right to rule is a legacy carried with pride. So I can praise him openly, smile warmly and share in the joy, or fade into the background. I'll praise him openly. Cool. What's this? Another courtier came of age. Brilliant, wow, famous champion, brilliant strategist, and faithful blade. My courtiers are becoming, like, really, really good fighters. I've worked tirelessly to promote the glory, to foster the grandness of my coronation. The guests are flushed with the inspiration of what they have witnessed here, radiating admiration. It was a fitting start for my reign as a Kaiser. Every chance I had, I favoured those most loyal to me, to my crown. Together, my supporters and I have plotted and planned and vaunted credentials of one another. Duke Ordulf of Angria, Queen Adela of Frisia, and others have become my inner circle. The trust could become something more substantial. Say it's my loyal councillors I need the most. Lands loyal to the crown shall flourish. Or their Kaiser protects. Okay. This is my loyal councillors I need the most. 4 councillors got buffs. My ceremony is over. We have finished it. We got 25 bonuses here, so 150% legitimacy and prestige, plus 160 from on oath completion. Supported coronation, we get a bunch of bonuses here. 4,000 prestige, 1,000 legitimacy. We're already maxed out as max as you can get, but you know, we got that. Because of your embrace supporter intent, all Glory Hound and Zealot Vassals got 20 opinion of me. And then these people on my council got additional 1 stat. The reign begins. Finish coronation. Make your way home. Kunagrad is plotting to kill my wife. I mean, my wife was plotting to kill her. Let's grab hard rule. It means the faction military power threshold for vassals is up. So that means that they need even more if these actually want to fire. While traversing a challenging path through Forley, I hear laughter ahead. My personal physician Themo and my sister Anne are working together to cross a wide grassland-fed river. Themo, your idea to build a makeshift bridge was brilliant, exclaims Anne. Themo replies with a chuckle. And you're a quick thinker with the long grasses tied it all together. Seems as if this obstacle has led to a new friendship. Say that's cool. Do not consort with lessers. Well, this will hasten our journey indeed. I'll just say it'll hasten our journey. That's fine. A study in martial. Osticio, the local captain, and a few of his officers greet me as my entourage enter the military camp of Policine. I quickly dismount, eager to inspect the local barracks, positively brimming with activity. I nod, appreciating the organized chaos I'm observing. Now, what would my lord want to do next? Ortizio looks at me expectantly. I want to do some sparring. My martial increased. Hot outside, that's an opportunity to rest. Okay. Mercenary companies are about to disappear. Patron of the church. At the center of Grado, there is a large church, with everything else in the city center settled around it. As soon as we enter the holy building, a man comes running over. My lord, you look like a man of means. Would you be willing to donate to our church? Scraping and bowing, he holds out his hand shamelessly. I see there is some minor work being done around the building, but it's not nearly enough to make up for all the church's shortcomings. I'll give you a direct donation. I'm not going to sign up forever. Knight Errant. And to steal his armor. I get stressed no matter what I do there, so I might as well take the money. As we walk through Kamnik, we're caught up in a crowd of people waiting for a large cart full of building materials to move out of the way. I don't need your stuff, I already got it cheaper elsewhere, one man shouts at another. Another one looks crestfallen and confused. But what am I supposed to do with these then? Not my problem. Yep. Okay. My rival has been imprisoned. Can I, No, there's no way for me to buy them or something. Like, say, I'll take the imprisonment. I don't know what I was looking for, but I was just optimistic. Gained some wander experience and some horse experience. Nice, we've arrived back. I've dismissed Luther as my regent. And we're back home. Okay. So, we've achieved everything we set out to do. Yeah, we've achieved everything. The only thing that I have in my head is I could maybe do a war against France. The thing is, it wouldn't be that difficult because they have 12,000 men and they have no allies. We have 25,000 men. And we'd be looking for land which is de jure. So if I was to do this, I would say seize all de jure lands. Wait, we'd also get this, but that's because we have the Kingdom of Burgundy as well. Yeah, so we'd seize all de jure lands, we'd grab all that. Then Denmark, we could also seize your land. So I guess I could do it in like 2 wars, right? That wouldn't be too bad. Do I just do it this episode? Yeah. Yeah, let's just do it this episode. Let's seize all de jure lands. I'm going to war with France to get the Holy Roman Empire's land. Cool. Let's go. A curse undone. Leader Valoran of the Riders of God has died. Okay. I think he's somebody I took land from. Okay. Secret exposed. Theobald of Flanders has accused Duchess of Alice of Flanders of having an extramarital affair with Prince Rutger. What? Shocking. Okay, anyway. Heading down here. Look at this, the UI is not really designed for you to start having more than like 3. It starts to get silly. I mean, it's still fine right now, but yeah, it's I do like seeing how many of these we can get. I think we could stack more if we wanted to. There are events that you know you can get if you travel through certain areas, like if you travel through hills. Hey, somebody killed Kazaa, the one I thought was going to die. But if you travel through hills, you can get that trait that we got, so... There must be ways of getting other ones. Like Faithful Blade, there are ways of getting. So I guess if you had a couple of other ones stacked up, you could start adding them together. That'd be an interesting idea. To see how many you can get. Anyway. Cool. Let's keep going. They've started sieging that land there. That's okay. Taking that. Let's head to Ulm. A very important holding for us to get. Right, next. And grab that one. Okay. And then we'll head to Baden. Are you against me in this war? No, you're just kind of like hostile. You're just randomly hostile. They must be in a different war. For similar lands. Right, let's head down here. Let's beat them up. Yeah, I'll take this fight. Definitely. They're defending in hills, but, like, I'll take the fight. Somebody's plotting against me? That's shocking. Who would do that? Now, we get the defender bonus, because we killed their army before... yeah, before they got here, and now I can attack into this one. This gets mercenary hire cost down by 1%. Okay. Let's head over here and start sieging. Shall we? Okay. The 4%. That's a little bit. They have ticking war score, but that's okay. We can now head here and start sieging this land, which has no port level whatsoever. And that's 100% war score. Wonderful. So that now means that we've got all of that land for the Holy Roman Empire. Burgundy loves us, because we went and got so much of their land. Yeah. Other ones will also love us for similar reasons. Cool. Now, I should just be missing one, right? Yep, missing the singular bit of land in Denmark. Right. Let's go. Yes, this is not a fair fight. Let's just put it that way. Okay. There's our army ready to go. Neighboring ruler lost a war. Wait, neighboring ruler in Persia lost a war. Excuse me? It says my neighbor's Persia. I mean, technically they are. No, I get it. Okay, because the Aegean Islands have a... Maybe you could argue they have a sea border with Persia. Maybe there's another one somewhere else as well. Okay, or the person who I was against had land here and Persia won it. Okay, also, like, the Seljuks fell apart again. I mean, what's new? But yeah, okay, I could see we do kind of, I guess we could share a border with Persia. It's not impossible. Or a border with somebody that Persia shares a border with. I mean, those are both entirely possible things. Right, taking the war goal, let's go beat up Denmark. Right. Let's go. Straight across here. Offer military assistance. No. If you were Catholic, I might have said yes just because, but you're not, so. My level of fame is now a legendary figure, as it should be. We wiped their entire army off the face of the map, and now it's time to head up here. Right, let's go. We have ticking war score. It might not have come in yet, but we have it, because we have the war goal. Right, win this siege. Let's head to their capital. Wonder when it ticks up here. Do I want to be friends with this guy? Nope. Okay. Offer military assistance. Nope. Okay. I'm kind of just interested when ticking war score ticks in here, because I'm sure we have the war... yeah, I'm sure we have the war goal. Do we not? What's the war goal? The war goal is de jure war. I'm sure we have it, but we'll wait a second or two just to see. That's not ticking up. We must not have the war goal. I don't know. There must be something else that counts. As in somebody must have a duchy or something that they have land in. Anyway, let's enforce demands. No, I don't think so. I don't know. Anyway. There we go. We have now consolidated the realm. We have achieved our oath within how many years? 2 years. That's not bad. Consolidate the realm, we get martial legitimacy gain, courtly vassal opinion, and we upheld our oath, which is huge. Every de jure county in the Holy Roman Empire gets this. Wait, every single county in the Holy Roman Empire which is de jure gets development, control, and popular opinion. Wow. Consolidate the empire. My work is done exactly as I said it would be. I heard the scorn of my detractors, their certainty I would fail when I swore my oath. But I proved them wrong. The voices of my doubters have changed. Now they grant me the honor they once thought beyond my reach. A new day is upon us. Wonderful. I lose some stress. And... oh, I think that was my daughter marrying... yeah, she married Prince Otto just in the meantime as well. So it's of Pomerania. He hates me. Why does he hate? Oh, he desires every single thing I have. Oh, he doesn't want to be my vassal either. Oh well. Right. Let's clear that. Let's clear that. Let's clear that. You want someone to be ransomed? I accept. Because with that, also Ireland's gone. We knew that was going to happen. Yeah, with that, we're going to end the episode there. Thank you very much for watching. We are going to have a little look around the map, and it is the last time we're going to have a look around the map like this, because the next series is going to be the new DLC, which is All Under Heaven, and it should come out. Let me look at what date it is. So this will come out then. So the new DLC will be out in 2 days. Depending on when they release it, the first episode is probably in 3 days. So, yeah. That's when the new series is going to be. It's going to be All Under Heaven, and it's going to be a big map, as in they've added this side of the map to it, which is going to be crazy. So, you know, get ready for that. But look at this map. We didn't do very much, by the way, to influence this. We didn't make this map happen. This has just gone crazy. I really like it, actually. I think this is showing that the Conqueror system at least has some promise, because it's made some things over here change. And I think it's, yeah, it's really affected how some of it looks. Obviously, losing the Byzantine Empire as well has affected it, but yeah, the Conquerors over here, like, changed a lot. And over here. By the way, I gotta say, I disabled the Iberian struggle. This is so much better. I don't understand, like, what's going on with this, but having this area of the map actually change over time is so much better, right? Like, I don't know. I complain about the struggles a lot because I don't like them as a system, but this is so much more interesting to me, having different things happening. We had crusades happening back and forth. Like, having the struggle happen, what would happen is you'd have one line here and one line here, and then that would be it, right? It would basically just sit like that for ages until one side almost wins, but then they can't get rid of the struggle because they don't have enough of the other side and they're in the wrong phase, right? It's just awkward. I also disabled the struggle over here, even though I haven't done it, but the only reason I disable the struggle over here is every time I get over here, it's already done by the time I get there. So, anyway, that's my series rant about the struggle system. Let's have a look around the map. Let's start with conquerors, given that we were just talking about them. So, Guinea down here, which didn't really get a chance to get going because Africa's still got 8,000 troops, so kind of hems them in a little bit here. Also, they have these guys to the other side, so they're sort of hemmed in. These guys were a conqueror and these guys were a conqueror, but that's because their father was a conqueror and their father presumably conquered most of this. Rajasthan was a previous conqueror and has a lot of land. Great Liao is this one. Okay, they're very, very, very strong. I wonder what level they got to. Is there a way of finding it? Oh, yeah. No, it's rightful ruler. There's herd. I think you need to be at 75,000 herd to get to be the greatest of all Khans. So they weren't that far off. I mean, they would have failed because I think that the normal Genghis Khan event would have fired by now. Or, sorry, would have fired before they get to the number of herd that they need. But they weren't that far off. Okay. Interesting. Let's have a look at some religion stuff. So, yeah, all pretty much, minus a little bit down here, a little bit over here, pretty much all the unique religions in this area of the map were wiped out. Fair enough. I wonder what's going to happen with All Under Heaven, by the way. Because this happens like every single game. Like every single game we play, this happens, or something like this, and all of the unique religions in this area are completely wiped out. What I'm wondering is if there's another nation over here, right? Like there's other nations over here, does this just keep going over that way? Or is what's going to happen is there's going to be another nation that comes in here and they basically just split India in half? I have no idea. It's going to be interesting to see. Coptic has spread hugely. That usually doesn't spread that much, but I'm assuming that Coptic spread because of what happened here, because Orthodox crushed this area very early, which means that all of this is basically got to flourish when usually it's held down by the people over here, who have completely fractured. And then on top of that, you then have the fact that the the Byzantine Empire, they got destroyed by the Latin Empire, which now means that they've got to continue flourishing because this is no longer all the Byzantines. This is now all split into different pieces. So, interesting. Yeah, this is all Ashari. The unique religions down there have been wiped out. Insular is pretty much wiped out. Orthodox got all of this, but I think it usually has some of this as well anyway. But yeah, interesting collection of religions. Oh, and this random bit of yeah, the land is Ismailism, but the leader is Unamunsko. Alright, I see. So it's because this guy has it. Okay. Or Ukanunsko? I need to reread it. Leader is Ukonusko. Yeah. But yeah, it's because this random person has this land for whatever reason. Wonder how they got it. How did you get this emirate? Destroyed? He created it. So he must have had a county, or he must have been given a county or something? Yeah. How did you get that county? Conquered in a holy war. So this guy holy warred for that title, then maybe accepted vassalization from Vladimir? And then managed to create a duchy? Weird. Anyway. Yeah. We can have a look at culture. Culture's not too exciting most of the time. Yeah, it's mostly what you would expect it to be. I can't see anything that's crazy. Obviously, we created the... Where are we? Franco-Bavarian culture in here. We didn't really put any effort into spreading it once we made it initially. To see if we got anything else. Yeah, you have a few hybrid cultures here and there that you can kind of see popping up. Like, a few of them just around. Got so many different cultures in there, actually, interestingly. Oh yeah, there's the English one that we saw earlier, but then pushed out entirely by Anglo-Saxon. Alright. Interesting. Well, there you go. That's cultures. What else have we got on this map mode? I guess De Jure Kingdoms is kind of interesting occasionally, although not that interesting. We didn't play for long enough, really. De Jure Empires, again, we didn't really play long enough. This would become part of Burgundy in 99 years, but you need to play a longer game if you want De Jure Drift to happen. Economy. So one of the best holdings for economy was the one that we made in Vienne, which makes a ton of money. Praha makes a ton of money. Why is it making so much money? It just is. Alright, there's no particular reason for it. It just is. It's a large city and it gets the large city bonuses. And... oh, okay. It just happens to be a rich holding. Oh, the one next to it has a mine that gives 15% holding taxes. Oh, that might help. Well, actually, that wouldn't affect this one at all. That would explain why this one next door has so much. What else have we got? Yeah, mine, cathedral, mine. I think the thing that you can notice is each one that's got one of the that's making a lot of money has a unique building sitting on top of it. Yeah, mine. Okay, yeah. Kent, unique building. Okay, fair enough. This is actually, look how much money over here had. Yeah, like this is equivalent to what's over here. Cool. Development. Yeah, kind of equivalent. Again, obviously the papacy cheats. I forget what it is, but there's some bonus that they get ton of development from every single time. What is it? I mean, obviously they have their buildings that give the flat development. That's it. That's for some of it. Like this one gives some flat development. I think there's another thing that keeps happening to them, and they end up getting development from an event that fires over and over again. I forget what that event is, but yeah, basically they always end up with highest development. But they have a couple of bonuses that give development, like flat development, and then all these multipliers get to do something. Oh, and it's a holy site, which gives an extra 10% development, and yeah. Anyway, you get the idea. Control, it's not a useful map mode. Terrain, diplomatic relations only shows us our diplomatic relations, which again isn't that useful. Landless rulers, we'll click it. Okay, you can kind of see where they... What's interesting in this map mode is where they circulate, so as you can see where the action is. So right now, ton of them up here, like top of the Holy Roman Empire. That's where a lot of the action's been. A lot of action here. You can kind of see, like, on borders they tend to be, just because that's where there tends to be a lot of stuff. There's a lot in the Cuman area here, because there's been a lot of conflict. Also where a lot of displaced rulers are, there tend to be them. Anyway. Court languages. So Diol Vulgar. They're speaking Basque over here. So we're speaking effectively a version of French, and they're speaking a different version of French over here. There's Italian Vulgar, High German, Dutch, Norse for pretty much all of Britain except for Iberian Vulgar here. Okay. Some Sami, some Finnic, some Greek, Iranian. Iranian is ruling over most of this, and then we have some of the natural ones in there. Iranian over here as well. Okay. Berber huge over this side of it. Cool. Oh, a little Saxon over here. That must be because you're Saxon. Yeah. Okay. What else have we got? Governments. I mean, it's kind of interesting. Only because, like, this would all be administrative usually, and it's not. And you can see the clan one in there because that's the one that, yeah, that's the one that did the Holy War and just happened to take it. But Yeah, none of this is administrative. Little bit of republic, like big republics actually going on around the place, but yeah. There you go. And also huge amount of nomadic all the way over to here, which is crazy. Yeah, not much tribal, but that's because we started in a later start than usual. If we're on an earlier start, you would see a lot more tribal, but I think in 1066 there isn't that much at the start of the game, from my memory. Anyway, if anyone cares, that's the nomadic map mode. I don't think it matters. Legends, we didn't do any, but we've got Guardian of the Orthodox Holy Site. Mighty Endeavor for Wadeshi. I think we saw that one. Yeah, it's for a Holy Roman Emperor. That's for a random unlanded person who was murdered. Okay. Protector of the Catholic Holy Site. For Kaiser in there. That's for Zenseer. Legitimizing Legend. Great deed for the Kingdom of Alba. That is King Highsinger the Shy of Alba. Then up here we have the Great Deed for the Kingdom of Denmark. Okay, and that was King Thorvald of Denmark, who is the current ruler. Oh, so he has a current legend going on about him. Then the last map mode was Plagues, which doesn't matter because it's not one that's you get throughout the game. Houses, I guess we can do. Von Babenberg. Aha. We have the Croven, DePaul. Any other ones over here? Do we recognize any of the other ones? We should. There's the Loophole Stettin one in there. Okay. Cool. Seljuks. Still kinda existing, sort of. Alright. Cool. And then, after all of that, let's do our final one, which is our house and our dynasty. So, our house head at the end was Count Menhard. Obviously, we know how we could have become house head. All we'd have to do is revoke his title, and then in theory, it would revert to us. But yeah, I kind of like having the AI choose it. I don't really care about choosing these ones. I always choose the same ones every time. Having the AI choose things was interesting. It gave us different options. I think that's kind of, yeah, I think that's interesting, having the AI choose them. I don't know how you can, like, do that in too many other circumstances. You really need a circumstance where you're both landed and the other one starts as house head, which is very unusual. Dynasty modifier. We're a famed dynasty. Okay. There were 71 living members. We look at rank, where was us, top ranked. Then King Boleslav of Pomerania, King Jacob of Salzburg, Duke Arnold of Optimatoi, over here. The Bavarian conquerors with Lady Bertha the Fat, Jacko Jacobsson of Orzud. So, presumably holding land over in Frisia, right? No, over here. He just happens to be Dutch. Why is he Dutch? His father is Bavarian. His mother is Dutch. Okay, so that's why he's Dutch. Fair enough. Monferrato. Hold some land there. That's the house leader. Or house head. Rudiger of Linz. Over there in Salzburg. Gertrude the Wise of Gessenhausen. Who was... going back. It was Bernard II... Or Bernard's line there. Count Gerhard of Freistadt, which was another one of that same group. That was Archduke Reginar's line, apparently. Achieves line? I'm not entirely sure where that came down, but anyway, it was from there. Oh, Archduke as in Archduke of of Austria on that side. Oh, okay, the other side of Austria. Not our Archduke, the other Archduke. We have King Elaine of Burgundy, who I didn't realize had managed to become landed down here. I think he was landed because his wife landed him. Alright, fair enough. Baron Otto, who is our grandson. Alright, who also holds some land. Baroness Emma of Surgeburg. who've held it for generations at this point. Amalie of Austria is not landed, so there you go. So that's the members of the Loopholding Dynasty, and then here are the unlanded ones here, if you are interested. Although there are quite a lot of them, so I will simply move past them for now. Okay, cool. Next step, let's have a look at the houses. There were, let's go for living members. There you go. There are 4 houses with living members. There are a couple that were wiped out already, including House Loopholding, before the game started. So we have the one that's led by King Boleslav, currently Dynasty Head, I think. Yes, currently Dynasty Head as well. So that's that one. We have... Wait, so which one was it? I think I've jumped around a little bit, actually. No, so we have this one, which is headed by Lady Berta the Fat, the Bavarian Conquerors. We have Luitpolding Stettin, held by Boleslav. We have Lechmund, held by Count Seismo of Monferrato. And then we have Babenberg, currently held by Menhard. Now, I'm going to click a button that is likely going to break the game. Okay, that didn't break the game by itself. That's surprising, although we do have a few people off to the side, which is interesting. So there's us, Isabella, Robert going back to Haley Ermengarde, whose brother was King Otto of Jerusalem, Archduke Otto IV of Bavaria. Actually, I think they've all been retroactively made archdukes. Then we have... from Archduke Otto of Bavaria, all the way back here. We have... Wait, was he our first one? No, that's Otto the Fourth. Yeah, where's Otto the Third? Wait a second, that's not Otto the Third, though. Yeah, so your parent should be Otto the Third, but it says it's Duchess Hadziga. Ah, okay, never mind. There you go. There's Otto the Third. Oh, he's also on the line somewhere? Maybe? No, Otto the Third just doesn't get to be on this line because it goes back via the Andex line. He's there, but not written in. He's here. Okay, I think it's because it's 2 lines at the same point going to... I think it's 2 points converging there. Is there another tree here? No. Huh. Interesting. So there's Arnold's line. Arnold of House Andex. Okay. You can see our Arnold here goes down to Duke Arnold of Optim Matoi, which is somewhere in Greece. Or somewhere in the old Byzantine Empire, I should say. We have Count Bruno of Schaumburg. Goes down to Lady Berta of the Bavarian Conquerors. So that's where that one goes. But you've got Jacob of Salzburg. Rudiger of Linz. This goes into House Dynasty Karling down here of the von Luxemburgs. Okay. You got some Eschenlohe people. Interesting. So you got that line. You went into Vorad, Deitzpol, and Deitzpol. Okay. Oh, missed this one. You go into Ul. Where else did we have? We had... Yeah. Bernard the First. Yours went down there, so that's another Ul. Might already have looked at that one. Lord Dietrich, that's Lady Berta. Yeah, you can see there's some looping happening. It's not quite enough to make it crash yet, but yeah, I think some of these we've already looked at, because we've looked at them on a different line. Yeah, there's Count Jaco Jacobzoon, who is Dutch. Wait a second. I just realized his other children aren't Dutch. Just his son decided to pick up Dutch from his mother. Interesting. Von Holstein's there. Oh, there's Duke Arnold again. Is that his 3rd appearance? There's Dietrich, 3rd appearance. There's the Primslith. Yeah. Okay, so you can see where it starts to loop. Theolinda von Babenberg. Then you have Haley Ermengarde, Empress Eleanor, going down into Dynasty Arpad, which is still going in Wallachia. Marie von Babenberg went to Lord Francois and the Carlings there. This one went into De Luca and into, eventually, Romano and the people who are currently running, well, Burgundy, not Italy, but most of Italy. There's us here from Isabel from Anjou. There's our sister going into the Savoys. Jaspart. That's House Lechmund. And yeah, I think that's... Oh, we got some more here. Euphemia goes into Chatenois. And then goes into Dynasty Sigurpolus. Alright, and then there's Montfaucon and Liebrechts Kirchen. Alright, cool. And that's basically our family line. We actually kind of followed things. We knew what was going on. I think that I quite like that in this series. I liked being able to follow what was happening. And knowing who certain characters are when they popped up actually made things a little bit more engaging. That's cool. Anyway, I thank you all for watching. I thank you all for enjoying this series. And I will see you in 2 or 3 days. Probably almost certainly down to whether or not Paradox send me a key to access it a day early. But if they don't, then I will probably see you in 3 days for the start of the All Under Heaven series. Do I know who I'm playing? No. Do I need to spend a couple of days doing a crash course of, well, Asian history between the year of like 900 and the year 1400? Yeah, potentially. Do you think I can fit 500 years into 2 days? Well, we'll see. We'll see. Anyway, I'll try and figure out some interesting person to play as. I'm much worse with my history in that area of the world, mainly because I grew up in this area of the world, so everything that's in here is kind of like, it's all intermixed. Over here, doesn't really get introduced in our history until much, much later. So, anyway, I'll need to figure that out. So, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.